Hi, kids. How are you? This is Miss Ligaya, and I'm very happy that I'll be able to teach you again through this short video message. And it's my hope and desire that it will bless you and you can learn something great out of it. Of course, it's from God's Word. But I would like to review with you a little bit. As you know, for the past weeks, you have been talking about God's characteristics or attributes and I have written some of them. Of course, we already know that God is love. He's not just a God of love, but a God of justice. He is a fair God, and He is almighty and awesome. He heals, He is holy, and He is our hope. He forgives, and He is ever faithful. He is a majestic God. He is the Lord of Lords, King of Kings, and yes, He is glorious, good, and gracious. And I bet there's a lot more, but I just want to concentrate on those. And oops, I saw another paper. He is almighty and awesome. Today, though, my concentration would be on God being a merciful God. He's a God of mercy. You might be asking, Miss Ligaya, I've heard that word, but what exactly is the meaning of mercy? I have some notes here. When we say that He is merciful, that means He doesn't give us the consequence or punishment that we deserve based on what we have done, okay? And He is something that we don't deserve at all, but He gives us that forgiveness. And when we say that He's a merciful God, that means He doesn't match what we have done wrong. He forgives us and He gives us another opportunity, actually lots of opportunities because of His forgiveness. And He doesn't give us the consequence or punishment that we deserve. I bet in your own experience, you have experienced this beautiful thing that, for example, you did something wrong, maybe in your class or especially at home, and then you ask sorry, you ask an apology, you ask for forgiveness from the person that you have done wrong. And then it makes you feel so good that this person will tell you, I forgive you. And then the consequence or punishment that we thought we'll be getting, we didn't get it. That's what we call mercy. We don't deserve it, but we do not get the consequence that matches the wrong thing that we did. I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but there's a story from the Bible. We're going to be talking just a little bit about the prophet Elijah. And this is based from 1 Kings 18, verses 16 to 45. To cut it short, it talks about how the worshipers of a false god, small g, called Baal, he was the focus of very sad to say, by a lot of people. A lot of people preferred to worship a false god named Baal. And the prophet Elijah is so distraught, displeased, very sad about what's happening. So he thought of telling the people a very strong and important message that, hey, what you're worshiping is not the real God. So for the people to really know that they're doing a very wrong thing, he decided that he will show who the real God is, and by showing to the people through presenting, it's like a real life lesson. They all went up to a specific place, and then the people who were worshiping the false god, they prayed and they tried to do a lot of things for their god to send the fire on their sacrifice, on the animal that they have put as a sacrifice. And they got tired of doing it. They did that from the morning till noon, and they did it. They asked for fire, and no fire came from heaven. It's because they're worshiping the false god. Of course, we know that nothing will come out of that. And the prophet Elijah said, you see, maybe your God is busy, maybe your God is sleeping or traveling. But then he prepared his own sacrifice, an animal sacrifice, and he prayed and asked God to send fire to burn the sacrifice. And of course, you and I know, sure enough, there was fire. And the sacrifice was burnt, and they even put some water around this on the sacrifice and around it for it to be proven big time that, hey, we serve and worship the living God. As soon as the prophet Elijah prayed for fire, he sent the fire, and the prophet Elijah used that as an excellent opportunity to show God's power. Children, okay, that's what we call God's power. And of course, the ones who worship Baal, they got the consequence that they deserve. But okay, the lesson that we could learn from here is that there's only one true God, and that God is a merciful God. And I would like to encourage you, children, to continue believing and trusting our faithful God, who loves and forgives us and doesn't give us the punishment that we deserve. We fail, we make mistakes, but with God, his love is everlasting, and his mercy is always there, available for us if we ask for his forgiveness. So kids, I would like to close with this verse, Daniel 9:9. The Lord our God is merciful and forgiving, even though we have rebelled against him. When we rebel, that means we have done something that is wrong, that is bad, but God, because of his loving and merciful heart, he's always there to forgive us when we ask for forgiveness. Children, God is love, God is merciful. Praise his holy name. God bless, kids. Until next time. Bye for now.